Red bricks to everybody. How you doing today? What's going down, folks? Here we are, man. Another day in the life in this matrix of the Globalists. So we got something that we re-rocked from uh, uh, a YouTube channel called Redacted. Redacted has 1.5 million subscribers. So maybe some of those people who watch Redacted need to come over to the Red Bricks channel and visit some of these other channels talking about the real stuff, and perhaps maybe the group there at the Redacted, the husband and wife team, will come on board and look at what we're saying, because we're telling the truth. We're telling the truth, and we got a lot of information, folks, but we don't get those numbers, and we don't earn a living from telling the truth. They take our channels down, so it's kind of amazing how Redacted could still be up in the air, because things I've said in my Robert channel, with Robert Channel News, that's gone. Half the things that this Redacted group say, my channel got taken away. So anyways, we're going to share something. I tell you that nothing's new under the sun. We hear that all over the place. We hear that from every group, no matter what religion. And where do you get that information from, that nothing's new under the sun? From a book they call the Bible, and so forth. Well, the more that you look at it, you see that 100% true, that nothing's new under the sun. You do your own legwork and you go look at the world's fairs, and you'll see these goofballs had incubator babies, and all these foundling orphans everywhere, all over the world. And a particular group, perhaps the same group that Kanye West is talking about, they're in the group that's doing this. It's not all of them, but it's those who are striving towards new world order, and those who call themselves elite and royals and all these gobbly-gop stuff. They're the ones that we have these laws where we can abort babies. We need to have laws to where we can abort leaders. That's what we need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play out a little bit of the creepy matrix globalist agenda of their womb factory for you. And many of you seen the incubator baby stories and the orphan train stories from the world spheres on these YouTube channels. So we're here to say, wake up, wake up, wake up. The Cambridge Dictionary gives a redefinition of a woman, and they say that a man who transes to a woman is a woman. See? So that's a university. So if anybody has your children going to Cambridge University, take them out of there. Nobody should go. That Cambridge University should be taken over. Everybody, all the CEOs and educators there need to be locked up and have trials on them, and redesignate that building for re-educating the American public and the world. So here we go, folks. We're going to take a little quick look at what these two people say. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop that music for a minute. Stop that music for a minute. And we're going to go here. Now here's this group right here. These two individuals here. The only reason I'm aware of these two people is my woman follows them on her YouTube channel, and this morning I was up early, 3 o'clock this morning, and I turned the TV on, and that channel came up, and with that channel coming up, I thought I would have to say something about this. So I don't know what else to say. Oh, you want? Hey, Edward Ray, what's going on? This is crazy. I hear you, Edward Ray. Well, we got Edward Ray in the audience here. So I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play this back. Anyone got any comments to make? I'm not gonna play it all back. I just leave a link in the description box. So of these people here. Matter of fact, copy. Let's see. Maybe I could go to. I'll put the link right now. I'll put the link right now before I start this, so everybody can see where the link's at. So give me 1 second, folks. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So we'll play the music until I get that going there. So forgive me. I'm not really prepared, but I didn't want, you know how you have to just, it's like urgent. I don't want to do a bunch of leg work and so forth. But I'm gonna go to my channel real quick, and that's live, so I have to hit the mute button. I get that. Hold on. So forgive me. I don't wanna. Okay, here's the chat. There's the link in the chat to the video that I'm talking about, so you can watch it on your own. If you go there and you subscribe, tell them Red Brick Bob sent you. We talked about this in the past. In 2019, when my channel was taken, I talked about the incubator babies and all the globalist agenda at hand. And why do we have 250,000 kids on these orphan trains and these incubator babies and selling babies? And isn't it funny that FedEx just got, one of their douchebags got caught snatching a child? Was that one of the bad operations that went down? I don't know, folks, but it's federal and it's part of the globalist agenda. So it makes you wonder what really happened, what we hear in the news and so forth. So there's the link. Peace to everybody. And I'll dump out of this. And right there is the link. And you see where I just put the link in there. So I'll close this back up. Okay, I'll close this one back up. And here we are with these two people. And here we go. So thanks for stopping by. And it is crazy there, Edward Ray. So we're going to stop that for a second. And we're going to hear what these two people have to say. It's not that long of a video. I might let it play out all the way. Help them get their hits. And they make a living doing this. So maybe they could throw us a few bucks.
The womb.
Throw us a few bucks in the Red Brick community.
Yeah, if you've never felt that.
My girls threw people your way and everything, so you should give back to the community. And if anybody gets something, it should be my woman. So that's to the redacted team. One of your subscribers, Linda Webb, bless her somehow, folks, because if anyone needs a blessing, it's her. Here we go.
A woman, yes, I said that, and her child. Right, and feeling that consciousness, that connection.
Remember, you used to be able to feel it when we would lay side by side.
Yeah, spooning.
Yeah, you could feel the
kick.
He could feel it through my belly.
Yeah, into my back, which is amazing. So we're watching right now. The reason I say that is because that's a beautiful experience, right? So we're watching as these globalists, they're moving us towards a future where that transhumanist agenda is carried out, where gender is dissolved. There's no male or female anymore. That's what they want. Where biological women are no longer needed. And today, the Cambridge Dictionary, no shit, this is totally true. The Cambridge Dictionary updated its definition of a woman. What is the new definition of a woman? The new definition of a woman today is, it now states that a woman can also be an adult who lives and identifies as a female, though they may have been a different sex at birth.
Yeah.
So that's the new dictionary definition of a woman.
Okay.
Do you hear that, folks? And Cambridge is supposed to be an educator. That outfit needs to be shut down to the ground. Those people who are doing this kind of stuff, we need to lock them up and weld them in cells. That's what I have to say.
Hey,
Just out of curiosity, did they also update the definition of a man? Is it the same?
I don't
thing?
believe
I mean, I'm just
they
getting
did.
curious.
I don't think they did.
Wow.
I don't think so.
How sexist of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, it's very hard to define something when you use the word to define it. It's an adult who lives as a female,
Yeah.
right, which is essentially a woman. Then what is a female? You know, this is you can just keep going rounds and rounds.
And then you
Yeah.
go
Like
into
this.
female and it says "see woman."
Yeah.
Right. So,
Like the
and yeah,
circle.
well, what kind of a picture of the person would you put in the book, too? You know, you have a picture of a flower, a picture of a bird, like this is the toucan, this is the elephant,
You
this
put
is
a
a woman.
piece
Like,
of
what do you put there?
a piece
Well,
of
I mean,
shit.
you don't have to put a representation of a face, but it used to be at least of a biology.
Right.
But now those things are no longer synonymous with a term. We don't get our own class anymore.
So they're getting rid
Us
of women.
breeders.
They're getting rid of women. They're getting rid of breeders. This is all happening. And now this week, a German molecular biologist unveiled a new concept for the world's first artificial womb facility.
It's not the first.
It's called
Nothing's
the
new under the
ectolife.
sun.
And
The
it will
World's Fair
incubate
show
up
you
to
that.
30,000
You just
babies
re-rock
a
the
year.
past.
This sounds like science fiction, but it's true.
That's all they do.
Hashim
Just like I'm
Al-Ghalali is
re-rocking
the
this.
biologist who said, quote, "The new concept relies on over 50 years of groundbreaking scientific research." He says, according to the new World Health Organization, around...
Big James, how you
according to
doing,
the World
sir?
Health Organization, not new. Around 300,000
quiet
women
so you can hear
die
this.
from
I'm gonna roll with
pregnancy
duty.
complications. An ecto-life artificial womb is designed to alleviate human suffering and reduce the chances of C-sections. So here is their advertisement for these new womb labs. Buckle your seatbelts. This is real. Watch.
Here we go.
Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska? That's why you need the new and improved bearskin hoodie.
Oh, fuck your ad.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy.
That's a lie. It's not the first.
Ectolife
Re-rock
allows
it.
infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year. Ectolife allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to their surfaces. Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation. The artificial intelligence-based system also monitors the physical features of your baby and reports any potential genetic abnormalities. The pods are equipped with a screen that displays real-time data on the developmental progress of your baby. These data are sent directly to your phone so you can track your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development. A special section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones. Because babies can recognize language and learn new words while still in the womb, Ectolife growth pods feature internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. Through the app, you can choose the playlist that your baby listens to. You can also directly sing to your baby and make them familiar with your voice before birth.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, like, This is completely insane. Like you've seen over the years, they have completely removed human interaction from war, right? Like you have no more eye-to-eye contact. It's all drones. It's all digital. It's all, you don't see your enemy. And this is like removing the most important aspect from a child is hearing its mother's heartbeat, feeling the connection to the mother, the umbilical cord, the food coming through. Like they didn't even talk on how are they feeding these things? Like what are they putting into there
that's
to
a
give
good
them any
question.
kind
I
of
hadn't
nutrition?
even thought of that.
Yeah.
It would have to be synthetic food.
Right.
It
Yeah,
can't
it would
be
have to.
actually.
Well, I mean, I see this. I see this as like one of two options, and maybe it's just like I was watching and I thought it's one of two things, like soldiers and just worker drones. Bam.
But
I
that's
saw so many
exactly
people
the
saying
Matrix.
this is a clone army. This is the potential. They paint it as we're helping women who can't have
Who had
complications from
cancer.
cancer and C-sections. But give me a break.
Right,
This is-
30,000 babies in one. Like that's there's that many women that are dealing with that, right?
And actually, we have lowest mortality rates for pregnancy than ever before. When you think of, how women used to have birth outside of hospital settings, like it's safer than ever before.
So this is that's how they're couching.
And now, we're told as mothers that vaginal births are able to expose them to a healthy bacteria that gives them a healthy microbiome. And so, that's why they tell us really try to go for that vaginal birth. Well, this baby will just be like opened up like a present. There's no vaginal
Well,
birth
and also it's like
here.
its digestive system's going to be completely screwed because it's not taking in any human like the food that you take in and the nutrients come from that food out into the baby. Like how's it going to deal with any kind of infection that you might have given it that it build up a resilience to or anything? Like there's no human element to this.
Well, and that's the tangible stuff, right? The food and that kind of those elements. But what about like the intangible? I'll just throw this out to you guys in the audience and let me know. But like the consciousness, right? To me, because I've seen people saying like this is godless, like in the chat saying like this is godless. Like there's like the consciousness of like a soul, like a human soul, and how is that brought to the child through this experience, right?
Well, even like babies that scientists show that are able to react to the schedule of their home. You think of like the voices and the routines of siblings. Because they are in that home being grown with just a thin layer of skin between them and they are already a part of the family. They are instead, connected to these souls that are in a laboratory. Where does consciousness even come in? And when they said, like, we can see when there's genetic abnormalities, my question was, and then what? Then you flush it?
Oh,
Exactly.
I know.
That's
That's
what
what
I
I
was
was
thinking.
thinking. too,
Gene
but-
editing.
Right.
We're looking at gene editing at that point, which is something
I know.
we can absolutely do.
Yeah.
I know yesterday you were on your app looking at this baby, but today your baby is this. We found some genetic abnormalities, and that baby has been swept out of the
Yeah.
womb. And
Yeah.
now
Do you want to
this is your
swipe
new
right, swipe
baby.
right, swipe left?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, this
Honey,
is
what
like-
do you, honey, are you checking
This is like
your stocks?
Gattaca meets Star Wars.
Yes, sir, James.
It's the Matrix.
Yes, sir,
And,
Big
the
James.
big reveal in the
so right.
Matrix is that humans are no longer born, they're grown.
Yeah, and so here we are. I mean, this is transhumanism, right? This is what they want. And so there's a long track record. He talked about 50 years of history here. Well, we have a long history of this. The Verge in 2017 with this breakthrough story, an artificial womb successfully grew baby sheep, and humans could be next. The Verge wrote in 2017. An artificial womb that can grow baby sheep. This artificial womb successfully grew baby sheep and humans could be next, from The Verge. And here they used what was known as a bio bag. So it was a plastic bag where they would literally keep, and they grow it in this like bio bag. And then, yes, it actually grew. According to science and stuff, the scientists behind the work grew 8 fetal lambs for 105 to 120 days in a bio bag. About the equivalent to human fetuses 22 to 24 weeks of gestation. And then here they go. Here they were born. Watch.
Over the past 6 months, we have been investigating as well as
Morning,
exposing
Mickey
the
Ray.
truth behind all of these food processing plants that have been catching on fire and burning to the ground. The Dutch farmers in the Netherlands protesting against the...
Look at that. That's one of the bio bag lambs.
It's super cute, I want it.
Super cute in a bag.
Well, and you know what's also crazy to think about with this is like, through time, because they're tracking so much stuff, it looks like on these apps and through all this, the genetics and stuff, and then they're going to be playing them audio, feeding them food. They're going to like come up with averages like, oh, if we play them these audio messages, we get this kind of child. And it's like now we've figured out how to create the perfect child with this auditory, this kind of food, and this, and then I didn't hear him say super serum or anything, but you know, like to give like super soldier serum to these kids, like we end up with a much stronger male that comes out and blah blah blah. And it's like that's where this stuff leads. It leads to completely manipulating
Can we
human
breed
growth.
them to be compliant? Can we breed them to be good readers or good at math or what have you? You know, and we will continue to agree to this if we increasingly disconnect ourselves from human interaction, disconnect ourselves from nature. The more we dive into our cell phones, the more we believe our lives belong in this technology, and we will eventually start to accept this.
Yeah, and this will be, you know, it'll start out with him saying it's about the woman who doesn't want to have the C-section because of trouble with cancer in the past.
Right.
But it rolls in deep and dark ways, and the scientist behind this says he thinks that this concept of ecto-life will replace natural birth in the future, he says. So basically we don't need women.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you knew as a parent that you could try on your own and maybe fail and go through a bunch of pain, or you could end up with potentially the perfect child because it was incubated this way, and it's going to cost you less money or something, like, you know, time and money, what would you choose? It's like the people that choose fast food. It's like they pick the easy way because they don't have to go through any pain. They don't have to deal with anything. They just get handed this thing that they put in their body or take, and
and that's
we'll accept it.
It's
That's literally the plot of
experience.
Gattaca.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
That's literally the plot of Gattaca, where that's what they do. You know, is the couple has a natural born child that has a heart defect, so their next child, they get a genetically superior one. They have it gene edited so that they can like create the child they want.
I mean, this is happening. Yeah, this is not science fiction anymore. Like, this is happening. And in fact, you know, Joe Biden, back when he was not demented, back a number of years ago, he during the hearings for then John Roberts, who was it George W. Bush? George W.
he's telling him you got
Bush's
to vote on
choice for the
shit and
Supreme
stuff.
Court. During that
Shit,
confirmation
chips in the
hearings, he
brain
was
and all
asking
that.
him. He said,
Elon Musk
John,
tier groups.
you will have to vote. You will have to make a decision on about having things implanted in your brain. You will have to vote on like these types of stories. Like this will be the stories of the future. He talked about chips implanted.
Yeah, I just pause them for a minute. Implanting things in the brain. Already doing it. It's called TV. Huh? There it is, folks. Turn off your televisions or use them for something good, because you're implanting stuff in your brains and your kids' brains. And then we send them to school for 18 years for starters, and then we got to pay an astronomical amount of money to send them to college to tell them goobly-gob lies and believe in Mars and space travel and blah blah blee blah. See? So anyway, I just had to put that in there. Carry on, people.
Planted in brains. Like, we're here. Like, we have Elon Musk announcing Neuralink. Like, this is happening. It's really, really, I don't know, really, really troubling. Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we
gave
simply
him a
cannot
plug
share
there.
here on
You
YouTube.
need
Come
to
over
tell
and
your,
join the
your
rebellion
people,
together
we're
right
gonna
now.
join
by the way.
yours. I'm going to subscribe, dude. Why don't you reciprocate? Why don't you reciprocate and subscribe to the Red Bricks channel and the Chief Joseph channel, Spartan Red channel, and give us a plug. And you two seem like you're more into researching and doing what journalists are supposed to be doing. I ask you personally, look at what we're talking about. All the mountains are melted buildings. All the capitals in America have been inherited, were dug up, fixed up. They allocate the funds to build these. There's evidence everywhere. Just take a look around. There's a number of people to watch and see where you don't even have to do the journalist legwork. You will see conclusively that the people in the red brick community are proving this 100% over and over. There's a guy who started this with the red brick community. His name's Jerry DeCamp. Go check him out. He's in Colorado, up on a mountain a melted building, broadcasting his channels. He's on timed out right now from our globalist scumbags. So ex-military, building inspector. He inspects many homes that were here when the meltdown occurred. So there it is. So anyway, I don't know what else to say right now. But thanks, Redacted. Well, it just goes to show us that nothing's new under the sun. The World's Fairs narrative makes more sense today in regard to nothing's new under the sun. It shows you the evil agenda that a group of people had back then that are still working at it and are real close. Real close. That scumbag dirtbag said to New World Order. But one thing that's good is that bitch ass is dead. So that's what my hope is for the rest of them globalists. But maybe they can wake up and turn their lives around and do something good. So you got to have that kind of hope, even for those dirtballs. See, because I'm a pretty forgiving guy. But for some of the things that these people have done to humanity, I think we should get these people, have trials on them, and eliminate them. Just like they want to abort babies, we need to abort these globalists from shitting down the world's throat. Collectively, as a people, we need to do that. Doesn't matter if you're red, black, yellow. See, we need a color chart because so many people, I know what black looks like. I look around, and there was this white lady telling me she's black. I go, what the hell is wrong with you? So we need a color chart too. People are starting to get confused. You know, women who want to be men are confused. Men who want to become women are confused. In the Word of God, it says, don't let the rudiments and traditions of men spoil you. Where are we at, folks? We in that condition. The kids walking around, they all have to have this $1,000 cell phone. Nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to fleece. You see those globalists and those the puppets. All they're doing is fleecing and finding a way to milk the cow. Okay, just over and over, just milking the cow. You know. You look what we say, you know, the war in Ukraine is from taking over the energy and destroying the red brick past, because the subject matter of all the mountains are melted buildings and all the capitals will be catching on. And unless they destroy all the capitals here in America, we have evidence standing in every state of what we're talking about there, Mr. Redacted. So go check that out. And get back with us. Leave us a comment in the comment section. You got 1.5 million subscribers. So we need some. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. 943 subscribers. My Robert News climbed all the way to 15,000 subscribers before it was taken down. So, and that was in 2019. And it wasn't a good time for me in 2019. I was so overwhelmed by the world and falling victim for the 201 and all this other crap. And this illusion of faith that I had of Jesus. You know, I was so upset with the world, I was ready to check out, because it says, absent from the body, present with the Lord. I wanted to be in his face. Nobody else's, because nobody was hearing me. My family thought I was crazy about telling them before this agenda was at hand that it's going to happen. See? So, you know, we're not conspiracy theorists. We don't do this for money. We do this to tell the truth. And we tried to become monetized in my Robert News because that would be nice to be able to work from home. I'm a caregiver for my woman who went through just terrible things with cancer, and I was a caregiver with her mother, and she just passed away. And it's funny that just before she passed away, a beautiful lady, her name was Maggie, I called her the General, she said to Linda, 201. And Linda says, what does that mean? She goes, I don't know yet. Okay, this is years before the 201 agenda. Okay? And when that came, 201, well, it was like Maggie knew before we knew what we were going to go through. And how, I don't know, but that's really happened. And what's funny, she died, and the day that she was born, the year date, there's 201 in it. And in the year that she died, there's 201 in it. And you add those numbers together, the first, the beginning and the end, it comes out to 1210, the day she died. So, I'm not into gematria or nothing, but it's pretty amazing that happened, and her urn's in the other room, for us to always remember about that 201 and what she said in our lives. True story. So, wherever you are, Maggie, we'll see you on the other side, and we miss you. Well, I'm soft, ain't I? Boy, that get me. Can't even hardly talk about that lady. You know how it goes when you love somebody. You never stop grieving them. You never, because something will pop in your head, and there you be with that lump in your throat. So, anyway, we're going to keep on red bricking it, man. Right, folks? We are going to continue to try to tell and make history. Because we don't know what our history is. We have a lot of convoluted history that we have to dissect as people. And, well, thanks for them comments there, Mickey Ray. You know, and it's because of people like you. It's because, you know what, I have this true sense that we all need each other, but we can't see that yet. I need you, Mickey Ray, you know, and you need me, but we can't see that, you know. So, no, like, that's funny because life hands us a lot of bad shit. But if you can find the good out of it, and there's a lot of bad shit that happened to me that I still haven't figured out. Like example, my dad, he knew, my real father, he knew that he was going to die. And a wise man thinks about death. So he called me up and my woman Linda, and they asked us what we wanted in the will. And he says, you want a car, Bob? And I says, no, but Linda could use a car, because I had a car. I still have the same car. I drive a 2005 Vibe, original owner. It still runs great. I need new tires, though, but I can't afford tires right now. And that sucks. That's another story in itself. Oh, hold on. I just got interrupted. I got to do something. My dog. Be right back. That sucks. Alright, he's taken care of. But anyway, so my dad asked me some of the things that I wanted if and when he dies and so forth. And, you know, I had a home worth about $250,000 in California and so forth. And that's cheap there, right? So he's going to leave that to me and my brother Frank, who lives north of me from here. He lives in Beaverton, Michigan. Real nice on the tip of the Wassee River. He almost got wiped out in the flood too, but his house just made it. He could drop a fishing line right out his window. True story. But, well, anyway, make a long story short, my dad was dead and buried 2 weeks before I was notified. And no trace of nothing for me. Not even a goodbye, nothing in the will or nothing. So what happened there in my life? I have no money to go investigate what happened or anything like that. See? So I just, there, you're just screwed. You don't get nothing, you just stand still. And what happened to my dad's shit? Well, I heard my Aunt Gina and my Aunt Michelle did this shit. Well, my cousin Gina, rather. So anyways, if they did, well, I hope it wakes them up somehow, because I could have really used it too. And it's a shame. Nothing, not even pictures. And my dad was an artist. My dad had a couple master's degrees. He did 25 years in the military, served in Vietnam and Korea. And I couldn't even watch my dad be buried, folks. True story. Anyway, that's the world we live in. Evil, evil. So what else is going down? We're Red Bricks Live here. We just told a little story about the globalists re-rocking the womb factories. And so, you know, they'll give you agendas so women don't have to go through C-sections and so forth. And we know it's to, they're building a warehouse where you could do 20 and 30,000 at a time. Sounds like, you know, the mother bee is wasping up some little army, you know what I mean? You know, where they're going to implant stuff in their heads, and these are, you know, or eat some, or drink the blood, adrenochrome, and who knows, but, who knows? But what they tell us is not so. And then they always have to work on covering up, you know, this island where all this pedophilia behavior was happening. Then he gets locked up, and oh, he killed himself in the cell, and all this other horse shit, right? And, you know, just one propaganda shit of the news one after another, you know what I mean? So anyway, well, we had 59 drop frames, and that's probably because I was overtaxing the computer. And I think I think my girl's on the internet too, so that kind of starts pulling on the bandwidth and the Wi-Fi signal, because I am running four Wi-Fi's going right now, and one's hardline in the phone, so that's 6. So 6 pulling off the router right now. That's why I have drop frames. So what else? Anybody got anything to say? Anything new going on in your guys' life? Is everybody well? Because I know a lot of people have been sick in my area around here. And we had a lot of people with wells go out. We had this like electrical storm one night where there were explosions. They can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but I know there were explosions. After that, everybody had problems. Wells out everywhere. Your water was screwed up. You had to get a new hot water heater. I still need a wash machine. So far, we spent like almost, you know, coming close to $3,000 to get just fixed up. So that kind of went our you know, Christmas. You know, our Christmases, we have water here right now. Our softener's still not working right. And if I had the money, I would just get a softener, you know, brand new one, and put it in. You know, what happened is at the T where the pump is in the ground, I had to dig down like 6 foot, and at that T where it goes into the house, the tree root had severed it right there, but the pump would still pump water into the house, and this did this for a couple months, but with sand and dirt as well. So every time we demanded water, unbeknownst to us, there was a cut in the line and would draw all that sludge in. So we had all kinds of shit. I had to get a new hot water heater. We had a 40-gallon. I wanted to replace it with the 40-gallon, but you can't. We couldn't afford it at the time. We had to step down, and we put a 20-gallon, and then we changed from gas to electric. So we have a gas to electric, but the problem with that is you can't take the cathode rod out of the hot water heater with the electric because it's part of the heating element. They say, or I was told at least, maybe I'm wrong, correct me, that you can't remove it. And with those magnesium rods, they call them a sacrificial rod, they collect it, you know, and it makes it smell odorous like rotten eggs, your water, until that sacrificial rod, you know, can't do it no more. But anyway, so that sucked. So anyway, here I was just babbling on about, the shit. And we have to find these elements of, where we can find something that make our lives better when we go through this crap, I look at it as everyone you meet, you take a piece of them with you. Something you like about them, say, yeah, I like that about that person. Or something you don't like about that person, say, no, I don't want to be that way. So I'm sure I rub people both ways, and vice versa. And anyways, so to all you out there, many of you, when I was in Robert News and now, I have a little bit more angry demeanor than a lot of people. Not like Jerry or nothing. And when I did hang out with Jerry, I just became more angry. So I am angry, but we can turn our anger into something useful and look at things. And we have to be real careful and selective too when how we speak on YouTube, because we're censored at levels, especially when we speak pretty right on point with it. They don't like that, and they'll find any kind of way, to say this is why they took your video down. And sometimes nothing at all. Just you have some imagery that they don't want out. I swear, I'll tell you, I helped change BNF Gallica. BNF Gallica, I started getting involved where there was a handful of fake truthers out there using it. I went and started using it, and they changed the formats of everything on there and took away so much imagery, because BNF Gallica of France had a whole bunch of stuff that our own Library of Congress doesn't host, but it comes from us, that we've censored it more than France and more than Russia. I've been finding more imagery that has been buried through the Smithsonian Institute in Russia on the Yandex. So it makes you wonder. Yeah, I'll check it out too. You could drop a link there. You could drop a link right in there if you like, Mickey Ray. Or let's see, maybe I could look it up. What did he call it? Thanks, James. At James. Thanks, at James. Bless you for trying to make it. Check out post called Dark Trinity. Dark Trinity. Okay. I'll look it up right now. Dark Trinity. Let's see. Videos, Dark Trinity.
This indestructible $99 drone is now available in the US. This powerful $99 drone is now available in the US. This is an extremely high-tech $5,000.
We don't war against people. We war against principalities. And God wants you to be victorious.
Okay, let me see here. Is this what you're talking about, Jonathan? Is that the link? If that's the guy, you hear him in the background. You got a beard. Jonathan Kahn. Is that who we're referring to, that video? Let me close some of these browsers. Well, if that isn't them, drop your link in the description box, Mickey Ray. I gotta get me a drink, man. I'm smoking this doobie. Okay, yeah, so that's the one. Thank you. Now I can proceed. I didn't know how to proceed. So yeah, that's the guy. So Mickey Ray says, come check this guy out. I got a link there. Here's a link to what does he say it was called? Just read the description box. I know, like, called The Dark Trinity. That I couldn't remember because I'm smoking a doobie. You know how that goes. So yeah, we're gonna check that out. I'll watch it. I seen that cat before in a video there, sir. So I will definitely check it out. We'll definitely check it out. Let's see if it shows up over here. Creepy globalists, alright, man. They are creepy. Creepy people. So we'll leave that one open. We'll go over there, open one of these. Okay, let's see. What are we doing now? Oh. The hell, I can't. Oh, yeah, you know what? How do you donate? Well, I never had nobody donate nothing. So, but I have you know, it's like, you know how you donate? You donate by hitting the like and share and subscribe button, sir, and telling other people the story. You know, I mean, I have a PayPal account and this and that. I probably got 67 cents in my PayPal account, but I'm good, bro. I thank you anyways, sir. You know, we need help, but it's shit's gonna happen, man. And maybe you could help someone right there in your area or something. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like I never, you know, even, you know, if I did get monetized, I would pour it in all into buying a red brick building. I swear, I already have one picked out. It's 900 grand for the one. Yeah, I'm shy still a little bit. See what I mean? It's like maybe I don't know. I wish that a whole bunch of us could get together and create something, and then create a donate button where we're all we're all tied to it somehow, where we have to have approval of one another to spend that money, and start by buying these red brick buildings up and opening up schools. You know, they're having these charter schools, and you know what? Here's something in my Michigan. Out of all the people who fleeced our America with the charter schools, dig this: 54% of the scammers, politicians who scammed us Americans, came out of Michigan. They allocated the charter school stuff, and they never even did nothing with it, but they could keep the funds. And that was another way that they milked the cow. You know? Just like with these fake court hearings, milking the cow with the O.J. Simpson. Then when the YouTube community pointed at Meg Kelly and say, hey, that's that O.J. girl that was supposed to be killed, they sweep her off the stage because she said she used the N-word. See? Huh? So there again, see the impact YouTubers make? These globalists with the smartphones have become dumb. They're dumb as hell, man. And we are catching up to them. And especially as a collective. Because half the stuff I know I got from the YouTube community. See? And being autodidactic. Not believing in stuff and going around in my own community. Like Wall Lake. Went and looked at Wall Lake and the Wall Lake story. Bullshit. There's chunks of the past there, folks. Red brick buildings. Red bricks. So. Yeah. Well, thanks, Mickey Ray. Yeah, I'm gonna check out that Dark Trinity, man. I already have it open in another browser and I paused it, so when I'm done with this, I'll go check it out. Jonathan Kahn. And just like that redacted people, I'm so hesitant and so many things that are told, and I have to go research it for myself. But today was just a perfect example of you didn't have to do no research. It's like something was just put in your face to give more evidence that nothing's new under the sun. And that being when we seen this little story about these globalists launching this womb factory, and it's the first time I tell you it's not. Because they're still re-engineering stuff of the past that we don't know yet, that we still don't know. That's why you had, these people they picked to be, be this super smart or stuff and come up with all these patents like Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. See, that's all. Because if you did the math in regard to just the patents Nikola Tesla created, he would have had to been thinking of since he was a baby and like all day long and nothing else. See? So, and that's a fact if you can do your own legwork. And he died on the 33rd floor. Okay, Freemason number, penniless and alone. Huh? He wanted to give energy to the world, and they said, I don't think so. We're gonna meter that shit. Yeah, you know what? I should end this video too, because long videos don't get nowhere. But, when I just see a couple handful of people that I just see every once in a while, it's actually for me. Seeing you and saying hi, it's a way that I'm interacting with people. And I know if you're coming to my channel, the majority of the people who come to my channel, they're either there to fuck with me, or they're real. It's that cut and dry. They're there to fuck with me, but the ones that have fucked with me, they've been really, really kind, and they're really good actors, and what it tells me is that what the red brick people are talking about is so powerful that they're busy trying to destroy them. And just since the red brick world, the red brick community has been talking about red bricks, things at a higher level have been going on. Like, they blew up shit in regard to finding stuff underwater. Red bricks of the past, instead of volcano did it, and oops, and that's why it looks melted now. They'll blame it on the volcanic activity, but that's bullshit, because we know. Heck, that lava and all these different buildings still that we call, mountains, were probably factories that were using some type of thing, and it's still, spread all over the place, man. See? That's all it is. And then they go in there and we learn things, and we throw different chemicals in with these agents that are already going, and build little pockets, hydrogen pockets, and we blow them up and call them lavas and earthquakes and volcanoes. We know earthquakes are nothing but chunks of building that have fallen underneath, or something disrupted them. They collapsed and causes tremors and quakes. And that's from buildings still settling from the melt and the flood. There it is, folks. No such thing as caves. We was all building here, everywhere. And pretty artistic too in their design. Look at the mitten I live in. A big hand. The Great Lakes. Who lived here? Some will tell you King Solomon himself. Isn't that funny? Copper has a signature. Copper from the UP is found all over the whole world. It was all here. They dug it up. So, yeah, like the father, the devil. You're right. I hear you, sir. All right, but I'm going to take your advice. We're not going to make it any longer. I'll say peace to everybody who came by. James Breed and Big James, everybody, Mickey Ray, everybody who stopped by. Red Bricks to you. This has been Red Bricks Live. Spread the word. Maybe I need to get some kind of link to on every page for to get some funds together. Maybe we could do that. And Mickey Ray was the first one who ever offered, but I think maybe I'll get one up in the air, and maybe something will happen with we can go forward. And I attest to you that all funds will go towards a red brick building to help change the world. I'm an old head, you know. That'd be cool to get something started and know when I pass off that I left something for my grandchildren and people in this community and so forth. To have something that's exposing the lie. You know, I believe we all should start teaching our kids from home. Everybody should pull out of all public schools. Close them down. Period. So anyway, peace, love, all blessings to you too, man. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Peace, folks. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I just stopped streaming just now.